up, woman? What?
Right behind it.
Huh?
Put your shoes on.
Just come on. Just bring your butt.
What you say?
Just come on. Anywho, it's your boy OG Kenny, retired from the streets podcast. Listen, y'all catch me really living my life like I be telling y'all. So a lot of this stuff it just happens. So I don't like pausing and editing too much and all that. So I answer the phone right quick, you know. But look, I'm gonna tell you this story, man, and this is one of the upsides to my experience when I was incarcerated. Right, I was in a horticulture program. He about to put this car seat in here. I was in this horticulture program, and this is where I learned how to grow hydroponic marijuana. This is what's up. This is where I also got kicked out of the hydroponic or the horticulture program and end up what up, though? And I ended up on 00 status, which meant they had me on 45 days of restrictions, which meant like shit. I had to stay in my cell or on my bunk. At the time, I had a bunk. I didn't have a cell. I had to stay on my bunk or in the unit really until 3:45, I think it was, in the afternoon. Then I was allowed to come out for normal activities. 00 status means that you are on restrictions. You got 2 big zeros, 2 big O's. Everything is canceled for you for those 45 days up to 3:45, I believe it was. And it's when you don't complete the program, when you being like rebellious like I was, and it was like, I don't want to do this work. I'm not turning in the work. I just kept skipping past all the work in the horticulture program, going to the hydroponic video. And I think that was like chapter 6 or something. And I probably realistically was on like chapter 2, maybe hovering between 2 and 3. The beautiful thing about the horticulture program though, right? They gave us a big 12 by 12, I think it was, plot of land, right? And we can cultivate the earth, right? The dirt. We get to deal with compost and whatnot, and getting the soil pH balance and whatnot right for the different vegetables we was growing. And I want to say we had onions, radishes, rhubarb, some peppers. They gave us a decent little garden. You know, you figure this is my first time away from home. This was like therapy, and it also harkens back to anybody that's from the Jeffrey Projects that knew my granddaddy. My granddaddy had a hell of a green thumb. My granddaddy had green tomatoes busting out the side of 920 Temple, building 104, right there where they had the big green and silver plaque, the memorial plaque for somebody. I forget who it was, but we had a white picket fence around. He had a white picket fence wrapped around our yard. He had flower beds, and he had a garden, you know, and tomatoes would come out. So that was like an honor to be in a horticulture program, because that's what my granddaddy did. That's what I seen him doing. He used to get out there and go by hand. You hear me? He used to go weed the yard and everything by hand with a butter knife. Used to edge the yard up with an old butcher knife. Hit that boy, hink, hink, hink. You feel what I'm saying? So I come from that era. So to get into that, and then my granddaddy was like, I used to think, I used to smell this smell in our kitchen or in our house when I was younger. And my peoples can attest to this, right? Or can back this story up. My granddaddy used to he used to grow his own little weed. And this, I didn't know what homegrown was back then. So he used to put it in the oven to, I guess, decarboxylate it, what they call it now. But when he used to do that, trust and believe that it had the whole house smelling. So anyway, granddad had the house rocking. So I knew back then it was something else going on. And then my uncles used to make hash back. They used to cook their hash and stuff back in the day. My uncle Benny, and rest in peace to my dude Mickey Jones. Him and Mickey was some hustling ass. You hear me? Them was some money getting and some fly dressing ass dudes, man. I looked up to my uncles, you know, and the Jones, Mickey Jones, Tonio, and all. I still rock with Tony. He called me the other day, Buki and all them boys. So it was an honor to be in that horticulture program, but I messed up because I just kept on skipping past all that work going to that hydro program. But I learned that hydroponic system. I still know it, right? Like at the back of my hand. I just never applied it because when I came home, people were still doing, it was into the dirt heavy. So anyway, that's the story I wanted to share with y'all, man. My best friend about to hop in the whip and get her cheering in here. You feel me? It's your boy OG Kenny, O_G_Kenny. Retired from the streets, man. I love these stories because they remind me of so much that I did and I learned, and I forgot I learned them hydros until I found them notes the other day. I started going through them, and you hear me? It was. I'm like, damn. I started looking away, and I can recite it word for word. That's when I knew it retained. You feel me? So, but it's crazy that I learned how to officially grow hydroponic marijuana at Lakeland Correctional Facility in 1998. Retired from the streets. Thank y'all for tuning in. Best friend and the kids in the back. I love y'all. Loved ones.